Oye, por ahí viene Bill Cosby, óyele.
Cartoons ruin a lot of normal things, like
we should make
for people.
We should make a cartoon and call it "Talk to Me Foolie." Hey, welcome to Talk to Me Foolie. I'm your host Aklesso. This is my brother Kyler.
Where's John, bro?
That's how you feel. I'm literally gone because I'm sick, and the first thing you ask is,
Where's John? Well,
first of all, he goes.
Let's clap it up for Aklesso. He's back. Yeah.
This is my other brother.
Yeah, Nehemiah. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back, Aklesso. We missed you. Oh, well, I hope we missed you. I don't.
Okay, so funny story. funny story. So my fiance, obviously, like she has 3 sisters, right?
No.
What you mean?
You said obviously.
You said obviously.
Oh yeah, that's not obvious. I mean, obvious to you guys, but not obvious to y'all. But now it's obvious.
Sure.
She has 3 sisters, right? So with this whole marriage thing, she's trying to figure out it's like, who do you make the maid of honor? Like, do I make it the youngest sister? Do I make it the sister older than me? Do I make it the elder sister? It's like, no matter who you make the maid of honor, someone's gonna get butthurt. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So she decided to make all of them her maid of honor. So she has 3 maid of honors. So I was like, originally John was my best man. So then I'm like, it was kind of hard for me making that decision. So I was like, let me have 3 best men too, right? So I don't know if Maya would say it, but he was kind of hurt
I'll say it proudly, bro. I was hurt.
Yeah.
I was hurt, bro.
What just happened?
Yeah, he was hurt
Dog,
that
I
I didn't
was
make him his
hurt.
best man.
Like, nah, dog, I was hurt. 100%. Like, dog. I was thinking about it.
Okay, tell me why you were hurt. Like, let the people know. Because people
Bro,
may not know.
I'm your brother. What? What? I was literally having a conversation with Daniel, like, bro, like, out of spite, do I make Aklesso not my best man now? Like,
Oh, that's how, yeah.
Like that?
I mean, in the moment, bro, I was hurt. Like, can you blame me, bro? Me growing up with you, I automatically assumed, I'm going to be Aklesso's going to be my best man, and I'm going to be Aklesso's best man. I was just automatic in my head. You know what I'm saying?
So, like,
I would say that, yeah, like, growing up, there's expectations. You're like, I expect to be here.
hold on. I don't want to hear nothing from you. I don't want to hear nothing from you. Your own brother wasn't even at your wedding. Your own brother wasn't even invited to your wedding.
What are you talking about?
Kesley.
I have 2 brothers, obviously.
Kesley. You didn't even make your own brother your best man, your blood brother. You didn't even have him there. I want y'all to know he didn't even have his own brother there. This man's slimy.
Okay. Several things.
Oh, go clean
Wait,
it up.
yeah.
Rapid fire. Like,
Go rapid fire.
It was April 2020, okay? The world was ending, all right? I had 4 myself. I had like 6 people at the wedding.
I saw 7 on the Zoom.
Oh, my gosh.
He was on Zoom.
I'm saying at the place.
What? Okay. My point is, my own grandmothers weren't even at the wedding.
Okay, that's not your
My own
brother.
Parents weren't at the wedding.
That's not your. They live in North Carolina.
The only reason my other sister was there is because she was taking photos.
Okay, give context why they wasn't there. We were in a pandemic.
It was the height of the pandemic.
It was the height of the pandemic.
So to throw all that together
but who was there though? Who was the best man? That's what we talking. We're not talking about who was there. Who was the best man?
The best man
Was not your brother.
was not my brother.
That's why I don't want to hear nothing from you.
For theological and significant story reasons. And so
How did your brother feel? Can you speak on
I
that?
don't know. He hasn't voiced to me personally
He
that
hasn't voiced it.
he feels some kind of
We
way.
gotta bring. Okay, Kesley,
But-
if you're watching this, we're gonna bring you on this, and we're gonna unravel this thing because
Yo,
that's messed up.
He might not
You
even
see what
care.
you see? This is what I was talking about when we were talking
He
about
was
your
in the-
dad.
he was in the
you
groomsmen.
live for drama.
Oh yeah.
Hold
You
on.
live like you
back
love
to-
this,
to-
bro.
TNT.
Hey, look. To be fair, I wasn't even one of John's groomsmen, bro.
That's not your brother though.
It's-
That's not your blood brother. Don't try and soften the blow.
I mean,
Anyways,
Wait, he
No
want.
disrespect, bro.
I want to hear what you were gonna say. Let's get back to you. So I want to hear
yeah. This is news to me.
what.
I didn't even know we were talking about this.
What? Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about.
What? Has this been resolved? Are you over it, or you're still?
No, I mean,
okay.
I got over it. Like,
So let me
I
finish.
guess.
The
Wait. So
story.
the third person is your dad.
So let me.
no, that would be crazy, bro.
Low key, that would be kind of crazy.
That would be That would be crazy.
So should I not make you my third best man and put it for my dad?
So it would be John and Daryl.
John, Daryl, and my dad.
Wow, that's how you feel.
So okay. So then
That's
this.
how you feel?
So then I was like, okay, let me finish in the story. Let me wrap it up. I'm talking to Evie like, okay, let me make Maya and Daryl my other best man as well, right? Because
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like, because of everything, those are my best man, whatever. You're a groomsman, by the way. He's a groomsman in my wedding.
Oh, I am. Just kidding.
I was about to say, wait, what?
Break it on the podcast.
So I'm like, all right, let me call. I'm talking to my fiance. I'm like, let me call Maya right now. She's like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, wait, what's the problem? She's like, you're gonna do it over a phone call? And I'm like, what? Like,
Yep,
what's the
yep,
big deal?
yep.
Like, I'm gonna call dude, like whatever. Like I call him for everything. You cannot call him for this. This is a special moment. You have to. Mind you, I'm talking in a girl voice, but just add a Cuban accent to it, and that's how she sounds. You can't just call her though.
I was waiting. I was gonna see if you were gonna do it.
Pero no, you can't just call her.
Pero like,
Pero
Like you can't just do
My
that.
friend.
Like, okay, she doesn't call her. my friend.
If you don't know, Maya's go-to accent for Hispanic accent.
No,
My
it's just
friend.
Cuban. It's just
My
Cuban.
friend.
It's just Cuban. It's just
My
Cuban.
friend.
My friend, it's okay.
My friend.
My friend.
I say it right. Bro.
All right, so she thinks.
Yo, my kid is going to be Cuban.
Wait,
one
what
day.
was she
That's
saying,
crazy.
though?
Random
That's mine,
sidebar.
too.
But, yeah, me and Kyla just both ignore that. But, so I'm like, nah, I'll just call him. So, whatever. We met in the middle. I pulled him to his crib, and I asked him at his crib, like, you know, bro, I love you, bro. And, like,
He did not say it like that, bro.
I didn't say it like that. I thought, my mind was
Yeah,
thinking that
probably
way.
eating something. Yo, you gonna finish that?
Hey, you want to be my best man?
Yeah, you want me?
He's like,
Yeah,
let
so-
me talk to you outside.
Dude is my best man, bro. It's crazy, and it's only right, bro. It was
So-
honest,
so
it's
it's-
honestly
so
a
it's
hard
not John
decision. No, it's John, Daryl, and Maya.
Oh, in the words of The Incredibles one movie, when everyone is super, nobody is.
But it's just three.
But anyway, I get that.
There's people who I was their groomsmen in their wedding that aren't invited to my wedding.
Sheesh.
So if you're a groomsman, like, you're special. If you're invited, you're special, bro. I have family members I'm not inviting to my wedding, like
Yeah,
uncles and aunts.
yeah. I want to.
But I mean, you can relate because you didn't invite anybody. You didn't even have your own brother as a person in your wedding. It's okay, bro. Don't worry about
Bro,
it.
he's saying that like as if from the beginning he knew he was not gonna have anyone at his
Bro,
wedding.
hey, this man is smart, bro. He know what he's doing.
he was.
Will
there.
was there.
Look, if you were there, it's because you played some role, right?
Whoa. You heard that.
I said
You
that
heard
about my
that.
sister. I said that about my sister.
You heard that here
I said the
first.
only reason my sister was there is
I
because
didn't
she.
play a role in his life. Straight up. It's straight, bro. Bro, I don't take no offense.
But
I don't take no offense.
Yeah, my wedding is still kind of a soft topic for me, to be honest with you. But anyway,
You don't get hard on your wedding? I mean,
What did he say?
hey, yo. Hey, we got to cut that.
all right, y'all. We'll catch you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed that.
There's no way.
Hey,
There's
yo.
no way.
Hey, yo.
There's no way, bro. There's no way, bro. You did that on purpose. You did that on purpose. You were like, yes, this is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna make. You did that. I know you.
me too much credit.
There's no way, bro. That was on purpose.
Well, I guess I'm not getting that job. Oh, man. They're about to cancel me. Speaking of canceled, let's go. About to be out of here. Let's go. That's not funny, but yeah.
Oh,
DaBaby.
man.
What y'all think about DaBaby?
I mean, I don't.
Okay, hold on. Before we go,
Yo.
fill people in on what happened with DaBaby.
So
Fill me in.
there was at Rolling Loud. DaBaby at Rolling Loud, he said some.
Rolling Loud is a festival in Miami, very big festival.
I don't think it's just Miami, right?
Well,
I think they have it all over the country. Yeah,
now
so,
it goes all over the
but
country.
now it's all over the country. I just don't know how to describe it without.
No,
Because he was, you know, DaBaby's
say it.
DaBaby's on stage. You know, I'm not repeating what he said.
You don't have to do verbatim, but just
But,
a general
You know,
gist.
he goes on stage and he says some ill-informed sentences, if that makes sense.
Well, just kind of describe what
he you know, he's going on stage. He says if you're not anyone who's afflicted with AIDS or HIV or one of those sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2 to 3 weeks, put your cell phone lighter in there. And then he goes on to say a little more homophobic and you know, transphobic, I guess, things, and people got upset. I mean, rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. But what I was hearing a lot was like, why are we canceling DaBaby now? This man should have been out, considering all the things he's said in music or what he's done. You know, he punched a female in the face or slapped a female in the face last year or something like that.
I'm not one to say there's context for that, but there was low-key context for that.
Yeah, but
There was no way he knew it was a female, and then they put something right in his face, and he slapped it out his face.
Okay.
So it wasn't like he
But
saw the
like
female
also like things he says
Come
in
here,
his
like, he didn't do
songs
that.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's basically the gist of it. You know, he said some a lot of ill-informed things.
So here's my thing about cancel culture. I think it's stupid.
100%.
I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
I think it's stupid. Instead of canceling people, let's educate them. Can I get a round of applause for education? You don't rock with that? Okay, talk to me, Foolie.
Well, my thing about cancel culture mostly is
He don't rock with that.
he
Talk to me, Foolie.
I'm still forming an idea, but
well, can I say
there
what
is
he
good
said?
things
Because
about
he
cancel
doesn't
culture
know. He didn't hear anything else.
What do you mean?
Like he didn't hear anything. So I just want to know. You just block it out, right?
No.
No, I heard.
You heard everything he said.
The explicitness, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My thing about cancel culture is,
There's some people that do need to be canceled. I agree, but I think people
No,
are
no,
too
no.
quick to cancel before they educate.
the baby is not an education issue. It's
I
a
agree.
pride / power, like untouchable kind of thing, or maybe it's just
No, I think.
No,
he's-
I mean,
think I don't think.
irreverence.
I don't think.
But
I don't
that's
think.
not
I don't think it's an
Education,
education
that's-
thing, but I don't think it has anything to do with pride and power in terms of DaBaby. I just think it's just
well, he didn't care
what.
what anyone thought,
Yeah,
so he said it. That's a
Yeah,
form of pride.
but I think it's more of a product of his environment and stuff like that.
There we go. That's where I'm at.
Yeah,
I feel like where he was brought up, they don't really they don't teach. Like I think a lot of people who come from impoverished areas, they're not educating you on HIV and AIDS and STDs and different stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's informed on all those. granted the real. What I'm trying to say is like, bro, he's not. I think it's like no one's having conversations with him talking about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I get that. What I do appreciate about cancel culture is that it is a form of accountability that is necessary. That we have
taken to an extreme.
It's for sure taken to an extreme, but it has a punch that I feel like in the last 8 years probably has not been as present. So I like the idea of an accountability. Like, yeah, what you throw out there is going to come back at you, and someone's going to evaluate that and say, is that acceptable or is it not acceptable? Now, the rubric or the measure to which we decide is this acceptable or not acceptable is where I have a problem with cancel culture, because I have a problem with like this whole like Gen Z people super soft, like super soft.
Yeah, there's some things that don't need canceling for. It's like, come on.
Yeah, that's my issue with cancel culture. They just want to cancel everything.
Yeah,
they go back and they cancel like something from the night. It's just like, bro, what?
They're canceling something that was said like
50 years ago.
Well, consider this: my sister, my younger sister, who at the time of this is like 17. I remember a couple years ago trying to watch like The Notebook with her, which I love The Notebook, the movie.
Great comedy.
But in her
I've
mind,
never seen The Notebook.
She could not get past like the 45-minute mark, because in her mind, the sentiments or the ideas of men and women was so strong that it's like, oh, that's like, it was almost like disrespectful or like the standard, the standard and stuff, and it was just like she was like, can we switch the movie? I don't like this. I was like, yeah, I mean, we're fine. But the idea there is that the younger generation has this like
different thought process of things.
Yeah,
you can say that.
They soft, bro.
Yeah. So
That's an understatement.
Did you guys watch the interview of Tyler, Creator, on Hot 97 with Ebro?
I didn't finish it.
He made a point. It was like, so we know Tyler, like, he used to say some crazy. I mean, he still says some crazy
wild stuff.
Wild stuff. And they've been like he was saying, like, man, like, I'm glad I said all that stuff before, because like they've been trying to cancel me and I'm still here. And it's like, he was like, it's interesting seeing people now deal with that stuff, because Tyler was going crazy in 2010. Like,
bro,
what I mean by crazy, I mean like really doing well with his music. So he was saying a lot of stuff before, doing a lot of stuff. Like, well, the stuff he's doing now, like, bro, it wouldn't slide if he was a new artist now. All that to say is like, one thing that he pointed out is like, there's people in cancel culture that will like be like, oh yeah, down with that, but it's like they don't really care, they don't really mean it. They're just trying to like, oh, look what I did, look what I, you know what I'm saying? Like, look what I stood up for, when they're really not doing anything to help this situation. Like, I'm gonna say something crazy, like, and you can take this how you want it. This is how I feel. You know, when everybody was posting the black picture for, Black Lives Matter,
Floyd, yep.
With George Floyd and everything. Yeah. Bruh, I would rather I'm all about authenticity. I'd rather you not fake a picture. I'd rather you say, like, you know what, I don't understand. I'm not going to fake like I understand and post this pic. Well, we all know real and well you're just doing it just to check off, oh, I'm a part of this.
I'm with you.
But you don't really care about the situation. You're not doing anything about the situation. You're not educating yourself, and you're not educating others or your family. Like, you really don't care. Yep. You're just trying to show people, like, hey, look what I did.
I'm an ally.
I'm an ally. When you're really not an ally, you could really care less about what's going on. You just don't want to be that one person that's not doing it, or you like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, and I feel like a lot of time with cancel culture, people it's them doing that. It's people doing that.
Yeah. On that same idea, like, as someone who's not black, I'm not African American, I'm very careful like what I put out there in terms of those things, because I don't want it to be like a form of like tokenism or something like that, where I'm dangling this thing. And so I remember during that time, texting you
Yeah.
and being like, "Hey, what would you like to see from me in terms of like a response?" Because, dude, I have another thought now too. If you have to shift all of a sudden because of the events that happened, you hear people being like, "Oh, we got to rebrand and stuff." You have to rebrand. Then there was something wrong with the way you were doing things. Period.
We gotta change up how we're doing. Hey, we need some more colored people on this on this thing. Where can we find them? Overtown? Yeah, let's go look for some. It's like what?
But so there's
so
so there's that. But yeah, it was that moment was a. I'm not just gonna do what I see everybody doing, but it was a grasp at what do my relationships need?
Yeah,
What
what's
do they-
authentic?
Yeah, so I get that.
Yeah, like I think to wrap up what you're saying is like, yo, just don't do it for show. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you really try to educate
real
yourself,
about it.
like be real about it. Like I feel like a lot of that cancel culture stuff is kind of
But like my thing with that also is like we don't know the person, you know, the people. Like for example, if I seen someone who I went to school with post something like that, and I'm like, bro, back then you wasn't riding with me, you wasn't with that, and then now all of a sudden you doing. I don't know that person's heart now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I try to be careful with that, but I agree with you 100% because I'm with you. I catch myself doing that all the time. I'm like, bro, this person, yo, put that away. You're not with it. But it's also like,
But you can tell who's really, you know what I'm saying? You can tell who's doing it as a status thing.
no, I mean,
You know what I mean? You can, you know.
I'm just
Especially
saying
if
we
you know-
gotta be.
Especially if you know them in real life. You
No,
know.
if we know them,
You know what I'm
yes, that's a
saying?
different story. But I'm saying like I said, like if someone from high school
Yeah.
did it, blah blah, or someone I used to work with, something like that. If I don't know them now, if I'm not really with them now, like I don't want to jump the gun too fast.
That's so
Yeah.
good because the assumption of cancel culture is that people do not grow,
yeah.
Exactly.
and I think you're actually hitting
Yeah.
it on the head.
And even Tyler, he mentioned is like, bro, like you're trying to cancel me for things I said 10 years ago. It's like,
Who is that guy?
It's like,
Yeah.
bro, like that was when I was 19. I'm 30 now. Like that's what he's saying. Like I'm way grown now. Like we're not the same.
Yeah, Kevin Hart, the same thing.
Yeah, he's like, yo, that was like 6 years ago. Like what's going on?
Yeah.
You gotta give people a chance to grow. So, should we cancel the baby?
I think so. You want to know why I would cancel DaBaby? Because even after everything, he was still like, nah, I ain't really say nothing too crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was still like doubling down on what he said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess in some form you can kind of respect it, but it's also like, bro, you're not trying to look at the other side. Like, you're not understanding what people are saying right now, and you're not trying to understand what people are saying. Like, this is serious. Like, you said some crazy things, bro. Like, relax, look at what you said, take it, and see why are people going wild. Then if you still have the same mindset, that's on you, bro. That's on you.
You know what's funny? Like I'm just thinking about it. Like there are actual artists who, like whose fame grow. Like obviously good or bad publicity like helps.
Publicity is publicity, yeah.
But like when you think of like Future, like in all the comments he makes about women, misogyny,
and he's just so.
and so there was the latest thing about Future about like his baby mama like just saying like, oh, he don't take care of the kids, he live in the same state, doesn't try and see the kids, like he's terrible, like all this stuff. Like she was just listing a whole bunch of stuff about him. But the thing about Future's brand is his brand is literally, I am a toxic man that manipulates women and has a whole bunch of women. So it's like when some Academics is a blog that posted about it, whatever, and Future's response to everything that she posted was, "Pray for her." Like that was his response. Pray for her. So then I'm like, so then
She's delusional.
so academics posted that, right? So I'm like, oh, they about to kill him in the comments. He's out of there. And on her thing, she was like, y'all should have been canceled. Y'all talking about canceling DaBaby. Y'all should be canceling. You should be canceling Future. He just wants me to just because I tell him I don't want to sleep with him, all this stuff. And then she starts listening to that stuff. He goes, pray for her. I look at the comments. Oh, he out of here. W. Oh yeah, Future. Yeah, this man really toxic. Yeah, shout out Future. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up. Man, this man don't care about no women. I love it.
Even the whole she for the streets,
See
you
for
know
the
what I'm
street,
saying?
all that stuff, bro.
She
his-
belongs to the streets.
So it's like you can't. It's like people like a lot of women, and I think there's a group of men are like, yo, cancel Future, but it's like, yo, his whole entire brand is based on
and we've taken that and let
on
him
disrespecting
grow.
women to the point where there's a whole ecosystem of men that think like, hey, yo, that's kind of fire how you didn't take care of your son, bro. I'm trying to be like you. Like, you know, I can't rock with that. From
No,
someone
I
whose
can't.
father didn't take care of me, bro, I
Yeah.
cannot rock with that.
But you gotta admit,
But his music fire, bro.
that's kind of funny.
It's
too,
funny.
bro.
His music's fire, but it's like, dang.
That
it's
man
not-
said, "Pray for her." That's
said-
it. That's all he said.
That's all. She wrote this huge thing. All he
You
said was
his music is fire.
he made good music, bro.
I'm
not
is
gonna
the
cap.
music misogynistic?
Yeah,
Bro, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Coming from
I haven't listened to enough Future to agree or disagree
no,
with Aklesso.
Future
How-
has
how
hits,
can
bro.
He does
call-
make really
How can you call something
misogynistic-
good?
I didn't call it good. I said it's fire.
What is fire?
What does fire
We
mean,
gonna play this- we gonna play-
Aklesso?
we gonna play-
What does fire
We're
mean,
gonna play the
Aklesso?
synonym game right now.
We're gonna play the synonym game.
Oh my gosh,
What
what
does
does
fire
that
mean?
mean?
That the
I
art,
didn't say it was good. It was great.
the art.
Frosted Flakes.
It was amazing. They're great. Nah, he makes. So
In
we're gonna.
terms of
That's
like,
what I'm
In
saying.
terms of art, bro, it's
In terms
it's
of
high
art,
caliber.
Here's
His is high
the
caliber.
problem.
In terms of content,
This
it's
is not the first time
terrible.
you do this too.
Yo, talk to me, Foolie.
Just because you say it's art does not remove the ethical, moral obligation to evaluate something as good or bad.
Ethical, moral on what end?
As individuals, someone can claim something as art, does not automatically give it a free pass to be expressive or the lack thereof
What's that?
of good or for evil.
Is that good or evil?
This is gonna be a really bad point you're trying to make right now.
Is that good or evil? Tell me.
oh,
in
I'm
that
here for
The
this.
paintings, is that good or evil?
I'm here for
In
this.
that instance, indifferent,
Why is that?
because that's a form of art that's indifferent.
It's
When
art,
you
bro.
use words to destroy or defame the image of God and people, we're not talking about free pass on that, and you're not gonna call it fire.
No. Just because something is, just because it does that doesn't. That's perspective. I think that's perspective, and I think that's the good thing about art. You
When
can say, yo, that painting that was painted, I don't like all those imagery that it's portraying. It's a nice, beautiful piece, but I don't agree with the message it's trying to do. And that's the thing about art.
Yeah.
You can disagree with
That-
the message
that's
and
what
say
I'm
the
saying.
message is wrong,
That-
but it doesn't take away of how great something is.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And I disagree with you.
You are creating a category that does not exist in the scriptures. Namely, that something as a form of art becomes morally untouchable or unable to be evaluated.
I'm not saying. No, I'm saying evaluate it. You can evaluate it. I think, and I'm not disagreeing with you. You can maybe I am, but you can evaluate something as, yo, like that is wrong, but it's still great art piece.
You can't. You see.
'Cause
That's
if
a
you-
contradiction in
because
my mind.
if
You
you-
cannot call something good and bad at the same time.
No, yes you can. You can say, okay, let me ask you a question then. No, you can look at a
I'm
piece
thinking
of
of
art.
Isaiah says, "Woe to them who call good evil and evil good."
But you're talking. That's talking about spirituality.
Is it?
Ye-
Are you separating spirituality from the
What,
rest
so
of life?
what, in context, what was he talking about then? In that sense, what was he talking about?
He's talking about the Israelites and the prophets,
And what was going on there?
and
They were doing
reversing the law of
they
God.
were doing wicked things.
yeah, for sure.
They weren't talking about art. So now you're taking scriptures
no,
and
no.
penny pitching.
No.
Yeah, for sure. But I'll let you explain.
When something is art, does not automatically mean or get a pass in the economy of God or the way God works. There's a story about worship
Let me ask you a question. But I'm after you finish what you're saying.
in Numbers where the sons of Aaron, the priests, decided they were going to worship God their way. that they were going to take it upon themselves to be artistic, if you will.
No, that's not. They weren't being
100%
artistic.
about how they decided that they were going to worship God.
Are you talking about when they did the calf and?
No. They offered, and it's kind of odd. It's not very clear. What was quote unquote strange fire before the Lord, and He killed them. So, there to say that if something's art or an expression,
but that's not art. I don't think that's art, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. The Bible doesn't have a category.
That's them doing worship
for moral pass on anything.
Because what happened in that story, there was a way something was supposed to be done that God said, and they wanted to do it on themselves.
And that's what I'm saying.
Pride.
There is a way that words are meant to be used, and when they're not used in that way, it's wrong.
So you're saying music is just words?
So if that's and that's why I said this didn't work, because in the particular instance of using Future Song, you have words used to bring down people made in the image of God, and that's wrong.
Of course, I agree with you. That is wrong. I'm not disagreeing with you with that being wrong. As a result,
you can't say that it's great.
You can say the music is good, bro. You can just say it's not uplifting to God or people.
Good.
You can good, great, amazing.
Those are moral terms.
And there's bro. Just because they're moral terms, you can use
that's
words.
What I'm saying. Your morality does not inform how you think about art, and that's problematic.
No, you can say an art is good, but it's morally wrong. You can say the art is good, it's morally wrong, and I'm not going to consume this art because it is bad for me.
Correct. You are creating two categories, and that's what I'm saying does not exist.
No, I'm not. So let me ask you a question. Someone builds a beautiful building.
Okay.
On Saturday, it's a club.
Mm-hmm.
On Sunday, it's a church. Is the building wrong? Is that art piece that was built wrong? On Saturday, it's a club. On Sunday, it's a church. Is that beautiful art piece wrong?
You're really loading the question there, which is a logical fallacy. But a building's a function.
It's an art piece.
Then the nature of the use of the building is not the point
okay.
Of the
the
art.
Nature of the use of a song could be different, right? If you're talking about music in general, say a Future song, you can use that song for a sync. You can use it for listening. You can take out something and sync it. The function of the music could be done differently. A function of a building could be done differently. What I'm trying to say is this, bro. Like, do I agree with Future's message? First of all, I don't think there's a secular sacred divide when it comes to art. I think art is art. That's what I believe. Art is art, right? An art piece, there's some art that's trash. Whether it's, in my opinion, how it was made, it was trash, and even the message is trash. There's some pieces where the art is fire and the message is bad, and there's some pieces where the message is dope and everything else is dope. I don't think that's my opinion. I don't think God said, "All right."
I'm coming for your presupposition. Everything you said flows because the presupposition is that art is a separate category for goodness or bad.
No, I think you can
judge. Morality is its own category. And
no,
you separate it.
And I'm saying I'm
there's
not.
No second divide. I find it's ironic.
And I'm saying
because I feel like you really are when you say that it can be both morally wrong, but then good art, and you have separated them.
No, I'm saying you can see something as a great art piece and it still be morally wrong. I'm saying this.
I am loving this.
Let me conclude my thoughts.
Feel free to jump in whenever too.
Art is subjective.
I just love listening to you guys talk.
Art is subjective.
I agree.
Worship is not.
For sure, I agree.
And that's really significant because all of life is meant to be worship. And your art is meant to be worship.
And you know what's dope about that? You can look at Future's art and say, that's trash. And you can do that. Anybody can do that. Right? Someone else who doesn't believe can look at that and say, yo, that's fire.
But it would not be worship.
And that's fine. And
it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not fine.
If they're not a Christian,
they're not. You can't.
Everything exists, and this is gonna sound extreme. Everything exists to raise and glorify the Lord Jesus Christ. When something fails to do that, it's morally, the quality is wrong.
For sure, but you can still identify something and say, yo, that art piece is fire. Even if and what you're gonna say, I disagree.
Glorifies or worships the Lord.
And I disagree.
So then you're not saying that art is subjective and worship is not. You're saying worship is subjective.
No, I'm saying as a Christian, yeah, worship. We were meant to worship God, right? We're meant to be obedient to God. But an art piece, you can perceive it however you want to do it. Like, it can be morally wrong, and I'm not trying to separate. It can be morally wrong, but the piece itself could be fire. Could be a dope art
You
piece.
separated them.
Dude,
No, I have not.
I'm literally stuck in between you guys because, like, I agree with Kyler was saying, but I also agree with Aklesso was saying. Like, I get both sides. It's like, but my thing is like not everybody's a Christian. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like hard to be like Kyler's 100% like, but we're Christians, so it's hard to be like, well, Aklesso is right too. So, but it's like, I don't know how to say it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I'm not.
because you're saying this, but the way I'm feeling is like, oh, everybody's a Christian, so everybody has to subscribe to this idea that we're putting forth. You get what I'm saying?
I think even too, it's like when what is it, Acts 16 or 17, when Paul is in front of all these different gods and all these different things, whatever, and instead of quoting scripture, he quotes like poetry from the day, an art piece to describe the greatness of God. Like, you know, to Kyler's point, things are made to worship God, but in that sense, he used an art that had nothing. It wasn't innately made to worship God, but he used it to point towards God. Like, I think you can take even Future's lyrics and be like, you see what he said there? Like, okay, this is how God wanted you to do it. Like, it's still art piece. Like, it's still art.
That's Strange Fire.
No,
100%.
I disagree.
I get it. Yeah.
Because there's nowhere in scripture where God said, this is how art should be. But he did say this is how worship should be.
And he said everything should be worship.
And I'm saying
so everything.
And I'm saying some art is not made for the purpose of worship.
And that's what I'm saying.
So this is not made for the purpose of worship.
Let me say it again.
This is not made for the purpose of worship, bro.
Everything exists. That chair, the jacket, and the painting exists to glorify the Lord Jesus Christ. And there's no category on earth or in heaven or under the earth for which the Lord Jesus Christ does not get the worship, including art. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm saying that's great.
No, I'm not saying it's great. I'm saying that is how the world is will be and will continue for eternity.
Yeah. I don't 100% agree with that.
All right.
So we're going to agree to disagree?
No, I mean, I'm not saying I'm agreeing to disagree. I'm just saying, like, bro, what does this chair do to worship God?
It glorifies the Lord.
But say what you're going to say.
Bro, let me get a quote from my girl Dorothy Sayers, bro.
She posted black pic for Black
Stop
Lives
it.
Bro, this chair, that rug, bro, what?
And that's what I'm saying. You have an uncomprehensive view of what life looks like, both vocation and what it means to worship the Lord Jesus Christ. If you cannot say, why does this, and I know it sounds silly, why does that chair exist? And how does it worship the Lord Jesus Christ? And how does this work? And how does that work? It's problematic.
Yeah, but
there is no neutral category. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, bro. Like, you have a good point.
It's not just a point, though. It's literally a worldview. It's literally how I am literally saying the world is, obviously according to what I understand the Bible to say. But that's a framework to work out of.
So let me ask you a question.
I still want to get this quote, though. Yeah, go ahead.
I can agree with your worldview, right? Because for me and my personal self, I hold to that. But for the average small Joe that can look at an art piece, not even me, I can still look at an art piece and say, hey, the beat was fire.
Yeah.
The flow was crazy. The flow was crazy. The way he delivered that, the nuances, all that stuff was really good. But the content was not good and glorifying to God. Yeah. I think you can say that about an art piece and objectively say, yo, that's not good.
That's where I kind of agree
everything
with you.
else artistically stating in the art form of hip-hop rap was great, but the content was off. And I think you can say that about a lot of art. Wow, the design of how he painted that, but the message he is trying to portray with all that stuff going on with the imagery is wrong. But the art piece as a whole, the skill, what is being done, that is good, but that is not glorifying to God. And I think you can say that about art. And
I hear you.
Yeah.
You just disagree.
You disagree.
Because what God says is the standard. Not that Kyler thinks whatever Kyler thinks is the standard, but objectively, God can say of a piece of art, this is good or this is not good. And that's how it is.
Here's my issue with the word good. I feel like you're taking good and bringing it to a moral speak, to a moral, good and bad, into a moral place. I'm talking,
and I feel like I'm not. I'm saying good is both the quality of moral excellence,
and it includes the content
and the beauty it brings to life. And those things are
that's
not
opposed to each other. Here's what I hear you saying. Correct me if I'm wrong. The product itself, as far as the mechanisms of how it's made and the skill, I'm talking about that good, and then you're bringing morality together as good. That's what I'm hearing. Is that what you're hearing?
I think there's a middle ground here where you and I are agreeing.
And that's what I am understanding because
that's what I'm hearing. That's what they may be hearing too. I feel like
anybody can hear a song and be like, "Yo, this is good." Like even you, like if you're listening to a song, it's making you bop your head. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then now you're really listening to the words. Are you just automatically just like, nah, this song straight up garbage? It's not good. You know what I'm saying? Straight up garbage.
And that's not true. That's not true.
You might not want to listen to it again because of the content, but for you to say the song is just straight up trash would kind of be like, what? Bro?
And in art sense,
like objectively,
and in art sense,
that's what I'm saying. There is no second category, but the sum of the parts and the use of the object is two different things. Sorry to get philosophical.
Break that down.
So like a chair is good by standard and quality of its make, and not because necessarily what it's used for. So like that's to your building thing. Like the building in of itself is good, and therefore it can be a form of art, but also praiseworthy. But then how it's used is bad. So music
good
can be parts of the thing good. And then the quality of the use is poor or it's bad. So that's what I'm saying.
Agree.
That's what I'm saying is the middle ground.
That's good. I agree.
I want to quote Dorothy Sayers.
Who is she? For people who don't know, like me.
Author, female theologian. She's just dope. I don't know too much about her to be able to go into like a biography. So you're going
to quote someone you don't really know.
I've come across her material several times. So yes.
So you vouch for her.
Wait, can I hear this quote, please?
It's good.
Hold on.
Stay with me here.
It's like next week she comes out as like a Klans member and all this stuff.
Relax.
Yo, this man is so
quoted
extreme.
Her.
This man is so
she
extreme.
says this,
Imagine though.
Hang on tight. She says, but isn't it astonishing? Question. How can anyone remain interested in a religion which seems to have... I lost their attention. I would have continued, but they're distracted. Go ahead. Isn't it astonishing? How can anyone remain interested in a religion which seems to have no concern with 9/10 of his life? The church's approach to an intelligent carpenter is usually confined to exhorting him not to be drunk and disorderly in his leisure hours, and to come to church on Sundays. What the church should be telling him is this: that the very first demand that his religion makes upon him is that he should make good tables. Church, by all means, and decent forms of amusement, certainly, but what use is it if in the very center of his life and occupation he is insulting God with bad carpentry? No crooked table legs or ill-fitting drawers ever, I dare swear, came out of the carpenter's shop at Nazareth. Nor if they did, could anyone believe that they were made by the same hand that made heaven and earth. No piety in the worker will compensate for work that is not true to itself. For any work that is untrue to its own technique is a living lie. The super dope part is there. She said no bad chairs came out of the carpenter's shop in Nazareth. Meaning Jesus worked fire. His chairs were great because the standard for which he did work was excellent. Things are excellent. And there's a quality to them, innate quality that is both good or it's bad, one or the other. And God decides for that, according to his word. All that to say that chair and again by analogy of the carpet and things, can be good by virtue of the quality and the beauty they bring to life. But then the use of them could be also bad. Someone can use good things, sinfully or wrongly.
I think you're agreeing with what I just said, though.
Yeah.
Like you're
Like I said,
agreeing
there was a middle ground.
like the use of taking it out the future, like the skill of how he did it was excellent, but the use of that skill
And all the parts together.
was wrong.
Correct. But to be clear, although we arrive at the same point, how we start is very different.
Sure.
Which is maybe a classic Kyler Aklesso argument that we arrive at the same place, but from two very different vantage points. Which is, for me, that art is subjective,
From this vantage
but because worship is not, that ultimately everything...
From this vantage point, you guys are completely disagreeing.
No.
I feel like
there is some overlap.
No, but
There's some overlap.
But like,
But how we
when
got
you
there is-
when you like, how you got there is
different.
like, there's I don't.
There is no secular thing on this planet. Like, everything exists to glorify the Lord Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would agree, but
And how it works itself out is
but
different.
how we work that out is different.
Okay. Fair enough.
Speaking of how you work things out, or how people work things out, y'all seen that Donda rollout?
Well, you.
He's still working some stuff out.
That project.
I didn't see the second listening party or whatever. I didn't even see the first one, but
He had a resurrection, bro.
was that what that was?
No. But, bro, to break that down, bro. Okay, like I don't even.
Because
Wanna,
I seen the pictures.
So
Bro, I
okay.
saw a recent video where he's still wearing the Make America Great hat. What are you doing, dude?
So with Donda, right? So he had that first listening party where he just played really unfinished work, right? Then like it was cool seeing like the first part. It's like, oh, okay, like this is dope. It could be great. And then 2 weeks later, the second listening party happens, and it was like a whole production. Like there was more production, more things going on, and
Was
even
it finished?
it wasn't done actually. But in the first time you heard it, there was a lot of songs where there was no drums in it. This next one, he had more songs. There was more features. Like he finished some verses. Like some of the production was more tightened up. Like there was things going on. And then during that whole process, like just like he had a whole live stream like the day of just, there were times of him just sleeping. Like
It was like a 24-hour live stream.
yeah,
So
you
I
can
think I
go
remember
and
seeing
watch
that.
him sleeping. You see other artists come in the room. Like he has his mask on the entire time.
Bro, what is with that?
He
Bro,
was just
there was-
standing there.
There was one time where he walks in, he walks past the camera in his underwear, like he's in his box, like not even boxers, in boxer briefs.
Bro, what is with the
And I think
mask though?
I think I said this before.
It's kind of like The Weeknd with the bandages and the red suit. It's like
Okay.
it's part of like the
Is
character.
it?
It's part of the
I don't-
character he's creating.
Is it?
Bro,
I
it's
said this before where I was
everywhere.
happy for Kanye, but to a degree, if he's not being honest about his mental health,
No, it's a rollout. It's a rollout. It's like
No, I agree. This is for a purpose.
it's like Drake with. The,
I just
it's-
want to know.
It's like Drake with the heart on,
On
his
his
head.
head, yeah.
Or it's just like
No, I agree. Like
it's like Tyler the Creator with the wig and the blue suit. For Igor.
No, I just want to.
Guys,
I just want to understand
you
what.
can say that, like Drake, but let's be honest, these two guys are on two different
No, but
wavelengths.
I think obviously Kanye has a reason for doing this, and there's a because if there wasn't, I don't think he would do it. Like not to this extreme.
It's marketing.
Dude, the way, bro, he's wearing it everywhere. I just want to know why though. That's the only question
No,
I'm
it's
asking.
just,
I don't get it.
It's just
Like,
marketing, bro.
I just don't get it.
You're creating look at
Can he breathe? I
look
don't
at-
know if he can even breathe. Like,
Look at
I guess
look
it's
at
just a fear
college.
of mine.
Look at the bear that Kanye had in the characters of his album.
yes,
Like it's just a character he creates for his album.
Yeah. Okay, for sure.
I don't think it's
You saw Kim had the mask too.
yeah.
I think
Kim
he's
was there.
Aren't they getting
No,
divorced?
I think they're getting divorced, but I mean, like, you still support like your best friend, like, you know what I mean, like. Like they're still friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, they got kids together, I guess.
yeah, like you got. I feel like with
I mean,
This is an
like of
off-sub-
course she
this
went,
isn't-
but
this
I
is-
like
yeah.
she like coordinated outfits with that man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this is
I
off
wouldn't
subject.
expect that.
This is off subject, but if you've built like, I don't know, like for me, I would like I don't even want to put me, but because I don't ever want to get divorced, but someone who gets divorced, like even if you guys can't work through your differences, and this is a whole different subject with divorce, we're not even getting to that, but I'm just saying like, even if you can't like somehow stay together, I would still hope that you could support each other. You know what I mean? Like
No, I
in your
bro,
career, in a
I
healthy
see what
way,
you're saying,
like,
and
in
I
a
get
healthy
it.
way.
It's just I wouldn't expect her to be wearing a mask too.
There's a lot of nuance that has to go into that conversation.
There's so much, and we don't have the time to
because
break
if you
that down.
remarry, that can get weird really fast.
Right.
So
But let's get back to Donda. Yeah. What
Yeah.
did you think? 'Cause
no wait,
I didn't
let's
hear.
place
So, but-
bets.
but more
Wh-
so-
when do you think it'll come out?
Bro, not gonna come out.
Bro,
tonight.
it's supposed to drop Friday.
It was supposed to drop in 2020, first of all. But
But let's
more-
place bets.
but-
This is hindsight 2020.
man,
One.
probably in a month.
In a month
in a month.
from the
Probably
recording
dro-
of this podcast.
and
that puts you at-
here's why I think.
Today's the what? 11th.
I think he's trying to drop it when Drake's coming out, bro.
Do you know when Drake's dropping his?
Drake was supposed to drop in January.
He was supposed to drop in May.
No, remember that
January and then it was May.
Yeah, it's-
bro.
So here's my
Like when
thing.
Cole dropped, everybody's like, "Oh, Drake is dropping now."
So with Kanye, the reason why I brought up his rollout, I think every time he does a rollout for an album, it's always news, like front cover news, from
'Cause
George
he always
Bush
does
hates,
wild
George
stuff
Bush
like
hates
this.
black people to the whole thing he said about slavery, right? To this was the first, like even Jesus King felt more of like an art thing. He had the whole thing traveling with the choir and all that stuff, doing all that.
Mhm.
Then Jesus King comes out, and then this with it's
The
like
Sunday
always.
service stuff.
But do you feel like Kanye with his rollout, and there's a reason why I'm bringing that up, do you feel like Kanye's rollout doesn't, like Jesus King, his rollout was amazing, but if you look at it as like an album, it wasn't the best album.
No, it wasn't the best. I thought it was really good.
It was good, but it wasn't the best. Do you think his rollouts are better than his albums, is what I want to ask you guys.
In the grand scheme of things, no, because Kanye has like crazy good albums. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying his later albums.
From
Ye.
Let me hear Donda first.
From Ye till now.
What? Yay?
You know the EP he did Ye when he was dropping those. He did him, Kids See Ghost. He did Tiana Taylor
Yeah.
and Nas's album, all in that.
So after Life of Pablo?
Yeah, after like Ye onwards.
Oh,
I feel like his rollout is bigger than his actual records, his songs.
Okay, I need to listen. I need to hear Donda first. And then I can come up with a conclusion with that. But I mean, my issue now is more of like, this man is having people pay for these things. It's like you already didn't give us,
He's paying. They're paying for an experience.
bro.
as if that's what's being marketed, then fine. But if
But it's not like that's
if
why
they're
I
being
don't feel
told
like it
come
is.
to the
He
album
said-
release party.
No, it's not.
It was
It's a
supposed
listening.
to drop Friday.
It's-
It
he
was
said-
supposed to drop that Friday.
No, to be fair, he said listening party that Thursday, and
But Aklesso-
the label put Friday. The label
okay,
put Friday
Aklesso.
on Apple Music.
Okay, Aklesso. He already did one listening party, and it wasn't finished, and he does it again,
What's wrong with that?
bro. It's the way he's doing.
He's inviting you into
It
the
doesn't
process of creating
seem-
music. 99% of people who make
Here's
music
the thing.
don't
Yo,
understand
don't
the
yell,
process.
bro.
You
Yo,
say that like if he like if you were in the room when it happened, like
It's literally
if-
what's happening.
You're not listening to me. Because you don't know what I'm about to say. I could be saying
You're
something
right.
really wild next.
Go. My bad. I'm sorry.
You
Why
make
is
it
it-
sound
Didn't
like
mean to-
that was his intention.
Yo, it's again so.
You're making it sound like that was his intention from the outset, and you don't know if he really is just like, I ran out of time. I'm gonna throw like curveball
This
situation.
weird- yeah.
Fam.
It's
Dude, that's
And
the thing. But that's the
here's-
thing with
here's the thing.
Kanye.
Here's the thing, bro.
That's the thing with Kanye.
so you're like, oh, this
He
is amazing.
literally
and meanwhile,
had-
me and Maya are like, he's just running with
No,
whatever.
Yeah,
here's
bro,
why-
I
and
like
here's why I
Kanye.
disagree with what you guys are saying. Because literally in the songs, there was no. He was mumbling. There was no words.
But that's what he's saying, that
For
he probably ran out of time.
No, bro. For verses upon verses, there's no verbs. There's no words. And on a lot of the songs on the first time had no drums.
Okay.
No drops.
Okay.
Empty spaces.
I had no issue with that. It's that he did it again and we still haven't gotten down there.
No, but that's why I'm saying he's inviting you into the process of him creating.
And that's we're all agree on that. But again,
even the first one, I was like, oh, so this is for real. Like, we're gonna hear a pretty finished product, and it wasn't finished at all. And then now we're another listening party. Great. So after this listening party, it's gonna drop. No, it didn't happen. So my issue is, bro, what is it really? Is he being honest? Like, is he being honest? Like, let's be real. Is he being honest with us and
About
other people?
what?
People might not be mad. But is with how he's doing this whole rollout thing?
I think it's great.
It can be great. It can be great. You can think it's great, but people are paying for this. You know what I'm saying? And are people being misled?
Of Kanye, it's not being misled. You're paying for a listening party. It's Kanye.
A few moments later.
It doesn't matter who it is.
No, if I had
bought a ticket and drove up there, I would have been so upset.
No, you would not have. No, you would not have.
I would have been
You would
so
not
upset.
have been upset because
I would have been upset.
No, because the production of what's going on for the moment that's happening.
Me, I don't care.
So that's you as a fan.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying for me, but I feel like I wouldn't be the only one to feel like this. You know what I'm saying?
What I've heard, from what I've seen on the internet, from talking to people who are actually there, everybody who went to the first one, I know people went to the first one that went again to the second one. They went there because it's Kanye. When Kanye does something, it's not just I'm dropping it right. It is an experience. That is an experience.
I agree, but like what I'm saying is this is becoming a little too much now. It's a little extreme. It's too
why?
Because we still haven't gotten Donda. That's why.
No, but the people who are able to go there,
because
people who are able to watch it virtually, got an experience. He's an entertainer. That's a show. Right? He's inviting you to his album process for when it gets better.
Bro, I don't know, bro.
No, think about it. Hold up.
I am thinking about it, but in my head, it's just like, bro, I'm spending this money to go see Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
See Kanye do what?
I don't know. Hopefully hear the full finished product of Donda that's going to drop before.
That's not why people paid to go there.
Okay, if that's not what people, then that's different.
Because he never said...
Okay,
he never said this is
being
the full,
honest.
And that's the thing. He never said this is the full finished album that I'm giving you.
But
he
was it
never
implied?
Said that. No.
Was it?
You assumed.
Yes.
You assumed.
Everybody assumed.
Exactly. So you cannot blame him for that.
Everybody assumed.
6.5 hours later.
Because everybody was like, oh, so Donda's dropping Friday.
Look.
There were memes online where it's like,
Maya.
woke up this morning
3 weeks later.
crying because Donda didn't drop. Like, there's memes.
Yes,
like,
but Kanye never said that. He never said.
Okay.
He never said it.
All right, we hear you. So clearly you guys disagree, but
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Say your favorite artist, favorite.
Oh, he's a fan, bro.
Of course, and everybody who paid, everybody
bro,
who
I'm
paid
a
for
fan
that.
of Kanye.
No, I get it.
But there's levels. Let me ask you something. If J.
he's-
Cole did the
he-
same
he's
thing,
gonna-
would you
he's
do
not
it
moving.
in Miami?
Would I be upset?
No. Would you? No. If J. Cole did exactly what Kanye did and said, in Miami, he said he did in Miami, I'm having a listening party. Come through for some music that I'm working on. It's $50 or however much it was. Come through, and you could afford to do it. Would you go?
Well, then where he's saying, oh, I'm having a listening party for what I'm working on, then yeah, probably because he's being clear. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said the first time didn't bother me.
The expectation
It's the second
Kanye's
time
thing was that he would release a full.
On who?
It's the second
On
time.
who?
That's my
everybody-
issue. It's the second time. And if
And
J.
did
Cole
you see
that-
the- did you see the
if
second
J. Cole
one?
did that twice, I would have been like, no, I'm not going to the
Did
second
you
one.
see?
then.
Did you see what
I'll
happened?
just wait for the album
Did you
because I
see
went
what
to the
happened?
first
Did
one.
you see what happened?
What he got?
It was a full
lifted
on.
up into the air.
That was one part which was wild.
Okay.
But it was a full on production of
Okay.
things going on. It's an experience.
Okay, great. Then that's the experiences for you and for you to enjoy, and you can go do that. But what I'm saying is, I'm coming from a different perspective that other people might have, and they should be.
No,
and
but you're saying Kanye's wrong for that. You're saying it's misleading. You're saying it's wrong.
I think it can be misleading. No,
You're
I'm
saying
not
it's
saying
wrong.
yes, because it can be misleading,
And
it
I'm
can,
saying it's not wrong. So we're not coming from different perspectives. I mean, we are coming from different perspectives. But you're saying one thing that, oh, he's wrong. I'm saying he's not wrong for that.
2,000 years later.
if people went for that and they're happy, great. I'm just saying, I'm coming from a perspective where it's like, bro, I feel like I'm being a little misled. I'm glad I didn't pay for either of those things because I would have felt misled.
I want to see the receipts of how that was marketed out. You're saying something, he's saying another.
What are you-
This is
what
a
are you
fact
saying?
check
Dude,
conversation.
I'm
It's not
saying
really
that
much of an
people
opinion.
were expecting Donda to drop.
We're saying the same
that
thing.
Friday.
He's saying people's expectations.
You're saying
Because
Kanye
people are
is
literally waking
inviting
up.
them into a artistic approach or process of creating the music. He's saying the expectation has been that there will be a completed album. It's
Now-
really
now-
just a fact checking conversation. Like,
And
how
I'm,
has it been
and
presented?
I'm saying when Kanye would drop, if you look at whatever, he would say Donda and he put a date. The date that he put was the date of the listening party, and then the tickets would go up. Excuse me.
Okay.
For that. So yes, by
If that
looking
is
at
true.
looking at that, you can say like, oh, if he's having a listening party, then most people would be
I
like,
get it.
yes, an album.
If that is
but
true,
he never
I
said
think
an
I
album.
would be okay with that to an extent. However, by virtue of the memes and everything
But who
else,
creates the memes though? People.
But
I understand, but
Aklesso,
it's
that's not
it's
coming
it's
out.
the
That's not
second
That's not coming out the
time.
horse's mouth. That's
Stop.
hearsay.
You're trying to out talk to us, but
No, I'm saying.
But listen,
it's
the memes
hearsay.
the memes catch on and they're funny because there's an element of truth to them. The fact of the matter is, whether it was marketed that way, there again, this is more of a fact check conversation than it is an opinion in my thought process. But at the end of the day, there was an expectation that people were going to listen to a completed album, and that's just not the case.
Let me ask.
So,
Okay.
so is Kanye wrong? Maybe if again, depending on how it was marketed, if it was a full album release situation, and it was very explicit, like, hey, come listen to the album, then yeah, he would be wrong for that.
Let me ask you something. Let me tell you
And
something.
if he was your way, then yeah, you would be.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Talk to me, Foolie. That's what you're supposed to say. You're fired. I just like so.
College like, I'm not having this right now, bro.
So, I'm giving context. Mostly everybody who watches this is going to watch this probably knows this already. I am a recording artist, right? I write music, I perform music, I tour, whatever. So when I make a record, let's say I make a record, even if it's not done, I'll be like, yo, Mike, come listen to this. It's fire. Yo, check this out. It's fire. And you'll listen to it, and sometimes, bro, I'll be mumbling. I'll be saying stuff like whatever. It won't be, the beat won't be done. Let me finish, right? But I'll go and I'll play it for people, whatever, right? And I'll see people's reactions, how people move to it, how it hits on certain stuff. When you look at Kanye's listening thing, it's that on steroids with Flocka off Overtown, from Overtown. What he's doing is, hey people, look what I created. Come listen to it. Let me finish. Let me see how you react. Let me see how you feel. Da 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 da. Okay, that didn't sound like. Now he's in a stadium. Oh, I didn't like how that hit. I don't like how that kick felt. I don't like whatever. Okay, I need to go back in the lab and work some more. Right? Hear my process. Okay, guys, you guys heard the first process. All right, let's look at this. Do things. Check this out. You liking my music? It's really a guy who's a billionaire, but still a kid inside and loves the art and is like, yo, like listen to my songs. listen to my songs, whatever. Boom, boom, boom.
See, the way you're explaining it, it's like, wow, this guy is so yes, and it's like, bro, no, I don't think everyone is looking at it that way.
But it's
I'm not paying you to listen to your mumbles. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not Kanye.
Y'all are going in circles.
And that's a fair point, but it's also like, bro, just because you're Kanye, you think you just swindle us out? I'm not saying that's what he's doing. I'm not saying that's what he's doing, but I would feel like if somebody felt like that, that would be a fair feeling.
That's okay.
That would be fair.
Here's my thing. People who paid the first time paid again for the second time. What does that mean?
That they were willing to. I'm just kidding. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's for that they want to throw their money at Kanye, and that's fine if they want to do that. But you think everybody who went the first time went the second time?
A lot of people. Everybody that I know that went the first time
Everyone
went
that
again
you
the second
know.
time.
That's you. All you and your homies are super Kanye stans.
So and let me say this: the first one was packed out, and the second one was packed out too.
Okay.
What does that say? More people wanted to experience that.
Okay, but even still, it's probably like, oh, I'll pay for the second one because it's probably the finished product.
Because here's the thing: if you want the finished product, you can wait till it drops on Apple Music or Spotify. You can wait till it drops,
but
you don't have to pay that money.
But then you could say
that's the
but
thing.
Then
you can literally wait, and
Yeah,
they
but
didn't
then
want to
you can
wait.
say,
They
then
wanted
what's the point of
experience. So
concerts
it's
and
not
stuff
even a
like that?
swindling. They wanted that experience.
Okay, that's okay. I'm saying yes.
And I'm saying that's not wrong for what he did.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
You're not listening, bro.
Let me listen to you.
Because I'm saying that if somebody felt that way, how would they be wrong in feeling that way?
Feeling what way?
That they've been lied to, misled, and swindled.
You're saying people are swindled. That's the difference. You're saying people are swindled. Your argument was people are being swindled and misled. I'm saying they're not.
I'm saying.
But if someone feels like they're swindled and misled, that's fine.
I've been saying that this whole time.
No. Did he not say people are? You said it too.
I'm ready to move on to the next conversation. Or to
Bro, I've been saying that this whole. Bro, if somebody felt like that, from my perspective, I would feel like that. And if somebody felt like that, would they be wrong in feeling like that?
No, they would not.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
That's not what you said originally.
That's literally what I said.
Not. I'm slapping my legs too. Slap yours too. That was really.
Yes, it's nothing new. Neither have you for the last 20 minutes. All right. So, what did we learn?
Sounds like someone I know.
So, what did we learn?
You wrapping this up? You're done talking? I'm done talking too.
All right.
It's over.
You should have walked off on
I should have walked off, but you guys are probably. Never mind. What did we learn?
What did we learn this episode, Maya?
We love to argue.
That is an understatement.
That is an understatement.
That is an understatement.
That art is subjective, but worship isn't.
We learned that. We learned DaBaby is canceled. We learned more how our feelings on cancel culture.
You're my best man.
Yes, I'm one of his best men.
Yeah,
and I wasn't picked first originally.
You want to talk offline after this?
We can. Did Nevi tell you I was upset?
She did.
She did?
Yeah, she did.
Who spilled it, bro?
After? Because I didn't even catch it. I'm sorry, we're going back to this. But I didn't even catch it because you had said it in the house and I didn't hear it. Like when we're at my aunt's, we're at Nenen's. You said it and I didn't hear it. And then when I was in the car with Donnie, she was like, yo, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, why? She was like, you didn't hear what Aklesso said? And I was like, what are you talking about, bro? She was like, Aklesso said John John's his best man. And I was like, what? When did that happen? What are you talking about? We're all like sitting around and Aklesso brought it up. Or someone brought up that John John's going to be the best.
I thought I told you, though.
You didn't. No, you didn't.
I'm sorry, bro.
You said it there. And I think she said that you made a face and looked at me when you said it. I didn't catch it.
I didn't make a face and look at you, but I thought it was a conversation we were pretty privy to.
No.
Let's talk offline.
I had no idea.
Let's talk offline.
But I was like, whoa, when did this happen? Wait.
If you want to see how this conversation unfolds, check out our Patreon where you get behind the scenes exclusive content.
Oh, that's coming soon.
Thank you so much for listening to Make It to the End. My name is Kyler. We got Aklesso. We got Maya.
Yeah, Klesso's back, guys. For now.
Love you guys. Join our Patreon. We need your money.
Do we deserve it?
I think we
Do we deserve
I
it?
think we deserve it.
I
think we deserve it. I think we deserve
We
your
deserve
money.
it.
We deserve your money.
Give me
Pay us
all
what you owe us.
your money.
Bye.
Good seeing you, bro.
Yeah.